This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real. Competitive business or something.
Good morning, y'all. We got Stephanie Jones on the show today.
Yeah, we do.
And then guess what day it is, Stephanie? I can't remember. What is it?
Friday.
Yeah!
I was like, is this a trick?
Yeah, you said it like it might be a trick.
I was like, is she going to say it was like some president's birthday from way back when and we're going to get a history lesson?
Yes.
Or is it Friday? I don't know.
It's just a Friday, but we're very happy about it. So happy Friday, everybody. Welcome again. We're starting today with some retro trends that are making a comeback, like my dress.
Yeah.
For the first time in 50 years, an American spacecraft has landed on the moon. You can hear the announcement in the control room at the Houston-based company, with a large crowd gathered to watch the telephone booth-sized craft called 80'S touch down. Was their music amazing? In the south polar region of the moon last night. This is the first time that a private U.S. business has successfully landed on the moon. NASA paid $118 million for the mission, which will deliver 6 instruments to the moon, as well as cargo, no people. So what do we all think of the moon making a comeback? Since the day I met Jeff, I know he has an interest in the moon. I think you think it's inside out.
That's a theory. That's one theory. Yeah, I believe there's a community inside the moon.
You think it's in there?
And the outer shell is just a protection.
Protection shell.
Yes.
What do you feel about this? Are you excited they're
I am
going back?
excited.
Okay.
I am excited. I don't understand. I really don't. There's a lot of conspiracies out there and stuff, and I'm not playing on that. Why haven't we been back to the moon? That's all.
What's the purpose of going back to the moon?
Exploration. Why do we keep going down to the bottom of the ocean? The same, exploration. We're trying to discover what's out there. To people at home, I'm guessing this is a rendering of us landing on the moon. Otherwise, people on the internet are like, who took that picture?
photo? Yeah,
Who took that
the
picture?
video?
Because that was the first thing in my head, too. But I do have some sense, so I understood that. But we also don't have pictures yet. Why no pictures? You know what I mean?
Well, you're saying
Out?
we, but who is we? I mean,
America.
Yeah, but it's not America. This is a private company. I thought that was the interesting thing. Like NASA outsourced this to to a private
Not
company.
too expensive, $118 million.
118 million. Like that's like less than A-Rod's
Dude,
contract.
I was going to say some
Totally.
players get that money per year.
I know. So it's like,
And
I
they
mean,
work a quarter of the year.
But it just shows you, I mean, technology's getting better, and when technology advances, it gets cheaper. Look at our phones. I mean, imagine this 7 years ago. It would have been crazy, but now everybody has one.
Again, speaking to that, I don't want to hog up all the time here, but think about the technology back when we landed on the moon. It was a hangar with a bag around it. We got to the moon with people inside,
Right.
supposedly.
Right.
Why aren't we just zooming up there right now? Like with
You need a
Money. Like, who's going to pay for
Yeah.
that? NASA has a budget like everybody else.
What do you mean? We go down in the ocean too, and things blow up and all that. We're still exploring that.
I don't think so. I don't think we're going down to the ocean that much. And when we
Not
do,
that
it's
much.
probably usually a private company that's doing this. I mean, it was a private company.
Did you see all those people? And what are you cheering about? You put something plastic on the moon?
Oh my
Send
God,
somebody
that's
up there.
not easy.
Put a cat up there or something.
And
A
do
cat.
what? Just leave it?
Yeah, there's just rocks up there.
They
ASPCA would
mostly
have
take
you.
care of themselves.
Oh my God. That's horrible. Another thing making a big comeback, are we done here? Old school technology, you know, like iPods, Walkmans, and even Game Boys. Some of this old tech is going for big bucks, like this vintage Sony Walkman cassette player, which is now selling for more than $900 on eBay. What do we think of these old school gadgets making a resurgence? Steph, did you have a Walkman?
I didn't have a Walkman. I did have, what was the CD player?
The Discman?
That was rubbish, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Yes.
That was just, I mean, it was
They
cool.
skipped a lot.
It skipped, it ruined your CD.
It's true.
It was awful. But an iPod, I am going to go on a mission. I'm going back to England next week, and I'm going on a mission to find my iPod in my parents' house. It's got to be there.
I mean,
just want to
it's
play
worth
the
something.
music. I just want to, will it even still work? Sorry, Jeff, I'm kicking you. I'm
Steph is
very
excited. She dumped over the
I'm very
table.
excited.
What do you think would be a song on your iPod right now? Could you pick one? I know that Shaggy, It Wasn't Me, was
yeah.
clearly on my iPod.
I have
A lot of Spice Girls, I bet.
I have
Spice
an
Girls.
iPod dock in my kitchen right now as we speak, and I have a bunch of little old iPods, and I pop them on there, and there's jams.
You use your
I
old
still
iPod.
have it.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Wow.
Jordan
That is
too.
cool.
My wife has
That's
hers on there
amazing.
too.
That
That's
is
almost
cool.
like the old school mixtape, because you're not going to really add to it, but you just switch
That's
out.
cool.
Yeah,
It's like,
can
that's
you even add
interesting.
to it?
Yeah.
Can you do anything? Can
Right.
you still add to yours?
I'm sure I could, but I don't.
I would be afraid. I just want to plug it in and just let it play because I don't want to touch it. I don't want anything to be deleted.
I bet the software wouldn't
work.
I don't think the software would work going to add on to it, but it'd be awesome.
Do you think
It's your iTunes.
Right,
It'll
you can
pop
just
on
plug
your
it in.
iTunes. So yeah, it sure would work.
But do you think it's popular because it's tactile? Because you can touch it and press a button down?
And I
don't
think
know.
anything 20 years ago is cool now. I think that's true.
Very true.
It's not just vintage tech, though, making a comeback. Celebs are bringing back some of the popular 80s hair trends. Do y'all remember Miley? Shake 'em by herself flowers. Turned up the volume, rocking this teased bouffant look at the Grammys. Of course, Jeff's favorite, Blake Lively, sported a head of perm-perfect corkscrew coils at the Super Bowl. And Florence Pugh has been doing press for Dune 2, rocking a spiked mullet that looks a lot like the popular 80s bobs.
She looks a bit Sharon Stone-esque there.
Interesting point. Are we into this? Are we all feeling this?
Absolutely.
You're
I don't
into
like
it.
Miley. Sorry, Miley. She looks incredible, but Blake Lively can do absolutely no wrong. That head of hair is just
Is it weird
heaven.
that I've always preferred the 80s and I just thought it made me old, and now today I found out it's back in style, but I watch a lot of video. I was watching this video this morning that was old footage from the 80s set to a song, and I just prefer the look.
palette.
I like the look. It's very toned down with the makeup, and just like people look so different. Like literally people look different. There's so many YouTube tutorials that everybody's doing that everybody kind of looks the same now, and I think it's very iRobot. I liked in the 80s, like you would just have a guy at your dry cleaner and he just looked crazy. But it wasn't crazy because everybody had their own style. You know, remember like you would go to the court and like people had weird jump shots, but now everybody's been studying Steph Curry shots and everybody's is pretty, but you'd have guys with weird releases, but everybody's the same now. And I like the 80s because everybody's just random.
You like that?
I like
that
the randomness
ambiance.
of human beings. Yes.
Yeah, it was like do whatever you want. The most unflattering decade of all.
Yes,
I think.
a lot of terrible flats in the 80s.
Shoulder pads were out of control. Coming up on DBL, are there certain things you do as you've gotten older that you said you never would? We're talking about the habits like being in bed by 8 that have become very normal. And our interview with basketball legend, you might have heard of him, Magic Johnson. He's sharing his memories following the passing of a prominent HIV activist he worked closely with for years.
Preferred that look.
Do you like the colors? You like the palette? You like the ambiance of the 80s?
Yes, I liked that they were still individuals. And like everybody didn't look the same and say the same stuff, and people, I don't know.
Having lived through the 80s, it was horrendous.
It was such an unflattering decade.
Well, there was different styles too. There was the people that wore like thin piano key ties and parachute pants, and then there was the preppies that wore like their collars up. You know, the eyes
right.
And then there was like the early hip hop culture looks as well.
Who's the Joan Cusack look?
And then there was everyone had mall hair, the big hair thing in the front of your hair that teased up as high as you possibly could.
Remember Working Girl, Chris, when it was Joan Cusack and it was like, and then the blue eye. Why was that flattering? The blue eyeshadow up to here.
But that's naturally like what our instinct was telling us how to dress, and now it's like when an influencer tells people how to dress, everybody does it's like almost being in an army. And like no one in an army stands out. Like I just like
it was kind of costumey almost.
Yeah. Like I'll go to my kids' graduation. I'm like, these kids are all gorgeous. Like their outfits are laid out. There's a kid at my son's graduation. He had a light blue suit on with light blue Air Force Ones on. He looks so. People just have ties down to here.
And right now has the exact same haircut.
Yeah,
it's that mop top hair.
The Cillian Murphy look.
No, it's like a big mop.
Old school beaver.
Old school.
Oh, that's back.
It's a mop top.
Yeah,
and
that kind of brushes off.
Look, they flick.
Yeah, I see high school kids in my neighborhood, and they have the socks pulled up, short shorts.
Yeah.
Like a Larry Bird. Like
Yeah, very much so.
Funny.
Yeah.
Welcome back to DBL. A tweet has gone viral asking folks to share what older person thing they do. And some of the replies may resonate with you, all right? So one person shared, turn the music down when I'm driving so I could see better closer to my destination. Saying, I remember when blank used to cost $1. The need to take my own pillow on vacation. Telling people to get off my lawn. That poor man. He's just an actor. Finally, the need to be in bed by 8. Can any of you relate to these things? And what older person thing do you do? Al? Are you an old man?
Oh, yeah. I'm really leaning into it now. I don't go to sleep at 8. I should. But I'm very, I have my yard day planned out for tomorrow and Sunday. And I am it's not get off my lawn, but where I'm situated, there's a lot of dogs that walk by, and I'm like, don't let your dog do that here. So I'll go stand out on the porch, and it intimidates them. They'll go to the next house. Yeah, I'll just.
Are you in your robe, with a coffee?
I literally will stand. I was standing out there today, and I just let people know this is not the house to let that go down.
Oh my God!
Tell your dog to hold it for another 4 feet,
you're
buddy.
You're Clint Eastwood.
Yeah,
get
bro.
Off my lawn.
Beat it. Yeah, don't have that's my house.
I appreciate that attitude because I do the same.
Yes.
But I do the music thing. Like when we're getting close, I'm like, dude, turn that down, man. I got to figure out what's happening. You know? So I do that. I didn't know that was an old man thing, but I definitely
I thought that was a concentrated thing. Yeah.
It's a real thing where you're like, I got to think.
Yeah, you're like, hold on, where am I going to park? Is this the right spot?
Totally.
You know, I have children in the back that I'm caring for.
Chill out, right? Yeah,
I
relax.
can't just wheel in and rip up the gravel. Like, Big Jeff's here.
And I complain about people speeding in parking lots. I complain about that. Steph, what about you?
I feel like the music thing is a real thing for me. I don't know if this is just like an age thing or what, but I used to, I swear, be able to play music. I could be writing an essay if I was at school. I could be talking on the phone. There could be a multitude of situations. Now, if there's more than 2 people talking, I'm like, my brain cannot compute this anymore.
It's over.
Stop. Yeah.
So you just need quiet time.
I need a lot of quiet time. And poor Riche, my fiance, he blares music so loud from 6 a.m. till God knows what time. He loves it. I have to be like, please, can you put on classical music?
Chill out.
Yeah, I can't write. I write a lot. I don't know if anyone else does. I write a lot, and I cannot physically write the words if there are lyrics or talking.
I'm the same way.
Just music,
good for you.
With texting, I don't write a lot, but when I text, I'm like, stop talking, because I'll write what you just said. And I'm like,
it's like too many sounds for me. It's very distracting.
Do you ever do? I do this thing
I wanted to ask you because I feel like you were
I'm an older person.
You're naturally an older person.
Yeah, I cross stitch. I sit by the fire. I go to the dog parks and walk around lakes and things. And I dress like it as well. But one thing I do is, I don't know if this is an old person thing, but in the grocery store, if you're in an aisle and your shopping cart is in my way, I go like this.
Oh no, you're a tutter.
I tut.
Ooh, you know what I do?
Oh, I don't like a tutter.
And I'm just like, can you?
I don't really. No,
that's not right.
I just give a big exhale when you're thinking. I'm like, ugh, I'm just so over you, and people feel it.
You go.
There's a part of you that knows that your cart is in the way,
Move
and
your
you
cart.
want to act like we both don't know that you're messing up right now. So you just give them a. All right. And I'll just wait. I don't say a word. I don't engage with people ever in terms of any kind of conflict.
So you're just passive aggressive about it.
Yes, I let their guilt and their shame take over their body.
But I think I would just laugh. If someone did that to me, I would just literally laugh, I think. I had a situation yesterday. I was going to the tailor's, and there was clear 2 evidently huge spots outside. This woman turns up, no offense, with Florida plates. I'm like, girl, come on. She was like, I can't park. I was like, there's so much room. What's wrong with you? And I couldn't believe. I actually went home and said to Riche afterwards, I can't believe I had that outburst. But I was like, what is going on?
Was your car parked in a weird way? Were you taking up 2 spaces?
No, she had a large vehicle. I had a large vehicle. Make it work.
Well, she's an older person doing older people
She
things.
wasn't older. She was my age. She can drive a car. If you're on the road, be able to drive.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, it's venting coming out.
Representatives of what?
The show.
All right. Coming up on
That makes
DBL.
me physically angry. If you do that again, I might break
That's the kind of thing when she pulls up in her car. I haven't got space.
That's right. Chick. It's not right. We're talking with the one and only Magic Johnson, how he's raising awareness for adults with RSV. Don't know what that is? Stay tuned. It's coming up next. Welcome back. He's a 5-time NBA champion, 3-time MVP, and an Olympic gold medalist, and a longtime advocate for health. Now, Magic Johnson is raising awareness for RSV in adults over 60 through the Sideline RSV campaign. And earlier, we were all honored to chat with Magic all about it. Check it out.
Please welcome back to the show. We love him, Magic Johnson!
Hello.
I wasn't on the first interview with you, and they were like, it's the best one ever. So now I get to have this with you. It's lovely to meet you, sir. Before we get to the RSV campaign, we want to ask you about your longtime friend, Hydea. She was born with HIV and was a powerful advocate, and we are so sorry to hear that she passed away this week. What did her friendship mean to you, and what do you hope her legacy to be, Magic?
Well, Hydea and I changed the world when it comes to HIV and AIDS, right? And man, being 7 years old and me interviewing her on that Nickelodeon special, she was able to change people's mindset when it came to HIV and AIDS at that time. Right. And then her work from there on, she saved millions and millions of lives. She educated millions of people. She went not only in person, to different cities across this country to make a great impact on explaining to people what HIV and AIDS means to her and how you can save your life, how you can protect yourself, making sure that she went in the Black and brown community especially, and educated so many people. But she did it with grace and class and elegance, and I'm really proud to work side by side with her, but also to us both in our own unique way change the mindset when it came to HIV and AIDS, people living with it, because it was so much racism, discrimination, and so we were able to, in our own way and together, change. So we're gonna miss her. We're gonna miss her. And I just want to just say our condolences to her family and to all her friends and loved ones.
Yeah, may her memory be a blessing. That's
Absolutely.
Right.
Magic, you're doing so much for so many people. Let's talk about the Sideline RSV campaign. For those that may not know, what is RSV and how serious can it get for older adults?
Well, thank you for that. Teaming up with GSK and going out. When you think about RSV, it's a common contagious respiratory virus, right? That first started with babies, but now it's really been attacking those who are 60 and older. And when you think about last year, 177,000 people were hospitalized with RSV and 14,000 died. So what we're saying to you, make sure you contact your doctor or your pharmacist to learn more information about RSV. Now there's a vaccine, so you can get vaccinated, but also talk to your doctor and pharmacist about that as well. And so we're just trying to make sure, just like HIV and AIDS, that I got the word out, I got the message out. I'm doing the same thing with RSV. Now that I'm 64 years old, I want to make sure those 60 and over take care of themselves, like I've been trying to do with my own journey, 32 years living with HIV, but also, I'm a guy that works out all the time, and I'm looking for everything that can give me an advantage so that I can live a long and healthy life.
Beautiful.
Well, look, 64, I don't know if I believe that, brother. I think I think
don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody.
There's going to be a late free agent call-up. You're going to join those Lakers and help LeBron get that last chip, huh?
Listen, the Lakers, the role players are starting to play better. I got to give them credit. D'Angelo Russell is playing better.
Austin Rivers.
Austin Reeves are playing better. Rui is playing better. So when those guys play better, the Lakers are a strong team because Anthony Davis has been playing out of his mind. He's an MVP candidate. LeBron James, will he ever stop?
20 straight years, it doesn't look like it.
Magic, thank you so much for joining us today. DBL Nation, you can learn more about RSV and how to get involved at sidelinersv.com and follow Sideline RSV on Facebook and Instagram. Congratulations, Magic. Really,
what an honor.
You.
So inspirational.
Stay blessed, everybody. Stay blessed.
Thank you,
We'll be right
sir.
back. Thank you.
All right.
February, enter the Sandals Blue Valentine giveaway to win an all-inclusive vacation to the brand new Sandals St. Vincent and the Grenadines or any Sandals resort of your choice. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2. The winner will be announced on DBL February 28th. Today's Sandals word of the day is starfish.
Starfish.
I never would have thought of that. Welcome back. How closely do you look at your medical bills? Well, according to experts, up to 80% of Americans' medical bills have some sort of error in them. I found 2 last week. Does this surprise you? Have you ever found an error? I will be clear. They give you a code. It looks very hard to understand. It's 6 digits. Put that into the computer. Google what it says. And mine said a full exam. I didn't have a full exam. I didn't even get undressed with this doctor. So I called and it's taken off. They are trying to cheat you. All you have to do is Google the medical code.
Right.
Anyone else have that experience?
No,
It happens
but that's
so many
really
times
great.
living here. It's a wild system, and I love how they can just pop all that stuff on, and then it's hit and miss. If you don't know and you just
Exactly
pay
right.
it, then getting that money back is going to be very hard work. So good tip, Tori, about
Yeah.
That's
searching
really
it.
good.
Yeah, just the medical code. It'll tell you exactly what it's for, and if you didn't have it, you call. If you're on Medicare and need help with your benefits, Better Benefits can help. When it comes to Medicare, many Americans already on the program may not have a plan with all the benefits accessible to them. So please reach out to Medicare Advantage advisors today. The benefits review is totally free. Just call 800-909-2613. Let's talk about Magic Johnson's laugh for a second.
Right, yes.
The best thing on earth.
I brought it up during the commercial break. I asked the question, has Magic had the best life of all time? I think he has. #1 pick, NBA champion, college champion, spokesperson for HIV, spokesperson for RSV, billionaire businessman, still looks great. Has he not had the best life of all time?
No arguments from me.
Man, shout out
And
to
with
Magic.
that laugh, when he does it, it feels like sunshine is shining down on me with juniper trees.
I think that laugh has worked on everybody. That's why
Everybody.
he's Magic.
We love you, Magic. We'll see you tomorrow. It's Monday.